I'm Cameron Meier of the Orlando Weekly and MeierMovies.com, and I'm here at the 2016 Florida Film Festival with Sissy Spacek. Ms. Spacek, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cameron.
Glad you could make it to the festival.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'd like to start by talking about Badlands, because that's the film, 1973, directed by Terrence Malick, that you're screening here at the festival. And it really sort of brought you in front of a wide audience for the first time. I know you'd done film and television and modeling before, but it's the one that really got people to stand up and take notice of you. And I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about your experience filming Badlands, and maybe specifically if you got a sense of Terrence Malick and just what a visionary director he would go on to become.
You know, I remember we were shooting in La Junta, Colorado, and it was a very low budget film. And someone from another film came through. They'd been shooting a film in Montana, and they came through Colorado to see one of our crew members. And I remember thinking, they're making a film somewhere else? It was like, we're not the only film in the universe. So it seemed so important. It was probably because of my inexperience.
Were you surprised that Terrence Malick went on to become this revered director, or did you get a sense of that?
No, I so adored him. He's such a humble, wonderful man, and he's such a brilliant collaborator. It was just a great experience, a great group of people, and it really changed the trajectory of my career. Although it's interesting, you said it was where people it was critically acclaimed, but it was not a hit movie at the time.
Success.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It wasn't a box office success. I think that people didn't really know. I remember the first time we screened it at the New York Film Festival, nobody laughed. And we thought, uh-oh, we're in trouble.
They didn't get the dark?
Now people watch it and laugh because we've all gotten so weird. So you can laugh when you watch it, even though you'll feel guilty about it later. You'll hate yourself.
Well, if Badlands was sort of your breakthrough, I hate to use that word, but if it was sort of your breakthrough film, I think the film that people still associate you most with is Carrie. And I wonder if that annoys you at all. Do you mind that people focus on that film so much?
It's different. It's film students and film buffs are the ones who are, just love Badlands and are obsessed with Terrence Malick. And teenagers, who knew that Carrie was going to become a rite of passage? And it's been made so many different times for television and film.
Did you watch the remake?
I haven't. Nor did I see the musical, but it's just it's an interesting thing, and it was really a B movie. I remember I sent the script to my parents, and they were very reticent.
So switching gears entirely, film-wise, 4 years after Carrie, you did Coal Miner's Daughter, which of course you won the Oscar for. Actors have said that it's very difficult to play real-life people who are still alive, especially difficult if they have a role or a part to play in the film. Loretta Lynn was involved with the film. She essentially handpicked you for that role. What was that pressure like? Did it make it more difficult or easier?
Well, it's interesting. Loretta was always so supportive. She was so determined that I was going to play that part that they replaced the first director because he thought it should be someone who looked more like her. Mm-hmm. But the people that I was really nervous about were Loretta's fan club. That really frightened me because they were very powerful group of individuals who I knew would not cut me any slack if they thought that I did Loretta wrong. Yeah. So I remember getting the call that that the fan club had seen it and they gave it their thumbs up.
Well, that's quite
really
an accolade, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
We've talked about 3 of your famous roles, but my last question is really more about how you choose your roles, because you're sort of like the Alec Guinness. You have that Alec Guinness quality where you disappear into roles. In the Bedroom, Crimes of the Heart, Straight Story. You even did the voice of the brain
The Man with Two Brains.
in The Man with Two Brains with Steve Martin. How do you pick your roles? Do you look for something in the script? Do you look for directors to work with? How does that
Film is
work?
a director's medium, and so it's the first thing is always the director, and then of course it's the overall project. If I connect with that, and if there's something in the character that I can connect with, if there's just one little thing I can connect with, then I figure that I can figure all the other stuff out. And sometimes you make better choices than others. But someone once said, and I read this, that an actor, that the films you don't do are as important to your career as the ones you do. Because sometimes when we do a film, it's successful, we get great reviews, we think we can do anything, but that's not the case.
Well, Ms. Spacek, I think we'll have to leave it there. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I hope you enjoy your time here at the festival.
Thank you, I will. Nice to meet you.
This has been Cameron Meier with Sissy Spacek at the 2016 Florida Film Festival.